Shano, what's up, baby? We in here.
Man, what's going on, Maestro?
Man, I finally got you in here, bro.
Oh yeah. Me and Maestro go way back to James Madison High School, Haim Clark. Good dude. What I could say about Maestro, man, he was a very, very loyal friend. That's one thing I will say about him. He loyal to everybody that he rolls with, and that's a positive thing because, you know, in the 90s, everybody was switching up on each other and doing all kind of wild stuff. So it's good to have a good person. I call my friend, and he called me, man of my word, and I come through, you know.
Already. So let's get right into it.
Yes, sir.
Now, at one while, what was you producing?
Okay, so there was another gentleman went to Madison with us, Earl McCalla.
Okay.
He was a big time music producer. We had made a deal years ago that said whoever made it first, the other person would come get the other person, and we'll work together, whatever. And he had been doing some big things because he had the advantage on me because he had family in New York. His family from Queens, so he would actually skip school on Fridays. I'm telling you, but he would skip school on Fridays and fly to Queens, New York, and work in Def Jam as not an A&R, what they call like a little assistant intern. He was an intern, so he was meeting, the likes of different heavyweights that was in the music business in the mid to late '90s and early 2000s, and that's basically what happened. And then, I had a little job, whatever, and he pulled up with a brand new Escalade. At the time, Escalades was
the newest
they were the things that was popping, and it was like hop in, and I jumped in, and I ain't never looked back. And he taught me the producing process. I was actually what they call a PA, production assistant. I did some recording, co-production, things like that. But he was the owner of the company and the producer guy. I just, picked up phones, booked flights if we had to go out of town. If he needs somebody to record a session. And music is a little bit different back then. I don't know if they do it the same way, but back then you had demo records, right? So you might have someone like yourself, you might come in and write a dope song to a track. And the publishing company he was signed to would take that same song and shop it around. So they might send it to Neo, they might send it to Genuine, they might send it to Usher, they might send it to whoever is the top arm, Chris Brown, whoever's the top guy at that time. If they liked the song, they would take that song and sing it the way you're singing it on them. And so we did a lot of demo records. So some of the demo records that we did actually got placed. Some of the stuff that we did actually got placed. So, I was recording. I was really doing anything. Like if they needed me to go get coffee, needed me to go order food, whatever, I did it.
You said you got any records placed. What happened when you got your first record placed? Like, what was the feeling like? Do you remember the record? Like,
I can tell you
the
first record we did a remix. They ain't gonna kill me for this. We did a remix to Beyoncé in the club. And basically all Earl did was just take the same track and just ooh ooh dun 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 ooh ooh. So just for me being there while that was being done, and them sending it to Beyonce and Beyonce doing it, and then them playing on the radio, it was like, wow, like this is how it happens. In some aspects, I felt kind of bad because I was looking at people around me that was trying to rap, trying to do music, and they were really starting out from like selling, taking CDs out their trunk. When I just skipped that whole genre and went straight over here, right? So it was like, it was crazy. And Earl, like I love him to death for that. Like he didn't have to do that, for me. And at the time I was going through stuff with the girl I was living with, and she was like put me out, and I was living with him in this big house in Sugar Land, and we just did music nonstop. We wake up, early in the morning, music all day long. What really changed is when this was in, I think, '03, we went to LA. And we went to the record plant. And the record plant is this world famous studio. Everybody's recorded there, from John Mellencamp, Billy Idol, Missy, Puff, everybody's recorded there. It's like this world famous studio. And I met Ron Fair. Ron Fair helped launch the careers of Janet Jackson, Vanessa Carlton, a lot of the big stars, pop stars. And he looked at us and said, hey, I need y'all to do me a favor. I need y'all to do this record with this girl. And at the time, Luther Vandross had just died. He had died like 2 weeks before. It was the BET Awards 2003. That's why we was out there in LA, to be at the BET Awards. So we went in and we was like, okay, bring the girl in here. So I'm thinking like, I bet she bad. I bet she, I'm like, oh yeah, she gotta be bad. She got a record deal. This little girl comes in, she's like 4'11", like it was Keisha Cole.
No shit.
Yeah, and we did a song called Never. It was a Luther Vandross sample. Never too much, never too much.
Yeah, I know this. I know the song.
That's the song we did.
Okay.
So, matter of fact, I got the pictures. I just downloaded the pictures in my phone from that day. But she actually wrote this song sitting next to me. She had one of those, you know, back in the 90s, girls had those little planner books that had addresses and notes. Yeah. She wrote it right there, and I thought that was the dopest thing ever. I had never had a songwriter write a song
in front of you
like that got big like that. So we did the record, whatever.
At this time, was she Keisha Cole?
Oh, she was nobody then. She
knew?
was, I mean, no disrespect, but she wasn't known to the world at that time.
Okay.
But she was a sweet, genuine, she was so sweet and nice.
Yeah.
She was like one of the nicest people you ever meet. And you could tell she had kind of been through like a rough time in her life, but she was a wonderful young lady, man, wonderful girl. And we did the record, and Ron Fair loved it. They was bumping it in Epic and Epic Records. It was Interscope, Epic, and somebody. They all like owned by each other in the same building, so they loved the record. So Ron Fair said, "Hey, we want to send her out to Houston. We want her to work with you guys, and we want to see how many records y'all can come up with." So she came and worked with us, and we did a couple of more records.
Keisha Cole.
Yeah. So another record we did called Never, and that was one. I don't know which one I got credits on, because I got a gold and platinum plaque for Keisha Cole. I don't know which. I don't know was it. It was I don't know was it Never, or it could have been just the whole album. I don't even remember. But she came out here to Houston, stayed with us. We did some records, and man, and that's when I got that taste for. I wanted it more.